Meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Luis Cabrera.
Present.
Councilmember Lisette Servin.
Present.
Councilmember Maria Cecilia Cruz.
Present.
Councilmember Esteban Rosales. Councilmember Javier Vargas. Vice Mayor Tadeo Sael de la Hoya.
Present.
Mayor Nieves Raydell.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Councilmember Cabrera, could you please lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Item number 3, presentation. Item number 3A, presentation of San Luis Police Department police officers Samantha Barraza, Javier Benavides, Luis Lopez, and Alejandro Robledo. Police chaplains David Reynoso, Joseph Reynoso, and Elida Valenzuela. Transit Enforcement Officer Fabián Navarro and Communications Officer Jocelyn Rodriguez. Nigel Reynoso, Chief of Police.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council, members of the public. This afternoon, we wanna present our new members of our department, members of the city of San Luis. I'm gonna first start with our police chaplains, which are Joseph Reynoso, David Reynoso, and Elida Valenzuela. And just to give you a little description of how they're gonna be helping us out, they are volunteers with the police department. So the purpose of the program is to provide chaplaincy services to members of the City of San Luis Police Department, their families, and members of the community upon our request. The chaplaincy program is responsible for providing critical incident stress management response, post-traumatic counseling, and other necessary support during crisis-related events. The program offers trusted individuals who will provide immediate confidential, personal, and family counseling, incorporating non-denominational spiritual guidance and emotional support for members of the City of San Luis Police Department and their families. They will also respond, again, upon our request and their availability. They will respond to counsel, assist, and support victims and witnesses of critical incident, crisis, and other traumatic events. So once again, I present to you our police chaplain, Elida, Joseph, and David. And obviously, I want to give them a thank you for taking on this role. As I mentioned, it is as a volunteer basis. So we're grateful they're part of our team. The next group that I want to present is going to be our transit enforcement officer, who is Fabián Navarro, and our communications officer, Jocelyn Rodriguez. So both of them have a little bit over 3 months. I might be wrong on the days, but they're fairly new with the agency, and obviously it's staff that we need. So a lot of help for communications and our traffic enforcement. And lastly, I want to present our new police officers: Samantha Barraza, Javier Benavides, Luis Lopez, and Alejandro Robledo. So Officer Barraza and Officer Benavides, I don't know if you guys recall seeing them out and about, but they used to be part of our transit enforcement officers. And along with Officer Robledo, they recently graduated last week, right? Correct me, last week, from the Law Enforcement Training Academy at AWC. So once again, this is new members of the City of San Luis and are eager to serve our community, the best community here in San Luis. They're going to do their best to make sure that we are providing the services and the quality of service that our citizens deserve. So I give you our new staff members.
Chief, first of all, thank you for the great job that you're doing for our community. It goes without saying that since you have taken over, the police department had improved a lot. With this new addition of the chaplains, it's so important to have that service in the moment of crisis when people need it most. Thank you for thinking about that. I didn't expect any less from you. To these young officers that just joined us, please take care, be there. Your parents, your wives, your partners are expecting you to go out and come back home. Be careful. You're in really good hands. You see all those officers over there? Look up to them. Look up to your chief. They becoming your big brothers, your parents, and learn from them. They're long-standing police officers that it goes without saying, I personally very proud of every single one of them. Every single one of you that had chosen this career, thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be sitting here and looking at your young faces. Be careful. It's a cruel world out there, but there's a lot of good people in our community, and you're in really good hands with your chief. Anybody else from council?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes.
We just want to welcome you to the family, and we bless you and that everything go well, and just be our superheroes that we see you as. Thank you.
Anybody else? If not, I would like to entertain a group picture with the old ones, the new ones, and the chief with us here, please. Yes. I'm gonna squeeze in.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Item number 4, consent agenda. All matters are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Excuse me, Councilmember Luis Cabrera, there's a correction that I would like to note on the minutes of February 5th, page 5 of 10, where it says, oh, I had my notes. Not, the gas tax has been increased, but it's supposed to say not been increased in 30 years. It's just a correction.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you. And so noted the correction.
Item number 5, discussion and possible action items. Item number 5A, discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding the Economic Development Commission's proposal to establish an ad hoc committee on historic, cultural, and heritage-based economic development. Armando Esparza, Director of Economic Development and Government Affairs.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So tonight, we want to report on some of the activities that the Economic Development Commission has been discussing at their meetings. And on the first meeting that we had in October 2024, one of the main discussion items was how can the city, what can the city do to promote activity downtown, reactivate buildings that are vacant, and just create a place for investment and the community to go to again. And on the meeting of January 29th of this year, the commission proposed the creation of an ad hoc committee to look into historical, cultural, and heritage-based economic development. We had a presentation from the State Historic Preservation Office that talked about some strategies that have worked for other communities like Cottonwood on ways to reactivate their main streets. They also talked about grant programs and federal tax incentives for redevelopment efforts. And the committee looked into the bylaws, and there is on Article 6, Section B, that the commission can propose the creation of ad hoc committees to study specific areas. And with council approval, the commission can start working on that topic. What the State Historic Preservation Office proposes that the city look into becoming a certified local government, which is a way, just kind of the starting point to start looking at some redevelopment incentives and some grant opportunities. This is for both public properties and also private properties and public properties like the old city hall, for example, and that's now the court that could use some redevelopment. So the department worked with the chair, Jesus Carrillo, and the vice chair, Salma Marrufo, on developing what this ad hoc committee would look like. And what the objectives are that they have identified is, one, identified properties that would qualify for historical designation. And again, this designation would open up the opportunity for redevelopment tax credit for property owners and grant opportunities for upkeep, facade improvements, etc. Then we would identify possible grants that property owners and the city could apply to, again, focus on this historic preservation efforts. We would also promote the adaptive reuse for business development of some abandoned properties and try to see how we can increase tourism. We were looking at some statistics, and just in the state of Arizona, there's $35 million that are being spent by people who are looking at this type of tourism, this type of community assets. So we think that we could tap into some of that industry. And then I think it's really important that we note that this is an economic development strategy, so we do want to assess revenue generation and the economic impacts of any program or policy that will be undertaken by the commission and the city. How they're proposing to structure this ad hoc committee is that the vice chair, Ms. Marrufo, will be leading the charge, and we will be working with property owners, staff members, and community members in general to come up with a report that will come back to council with recommendations. This is only going to be for a 24-month time frame, so we hope to have that report back before that. So today, on behalf of the Economic Development Commission, we're asking for council approval for this ad hoc committee to look at this strategy.
Comments, questions from council? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve the creation of Historic, Cultural, and Heritage Economic Development Ad Hoc Committee to explore historic preservation as an economic development strategy.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you, Armando.
Thank you.
Item number 5B, discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding the acceptance and award of a construction contract to Celis Development DBA Southwest Plumbing Air for the B Street City Building Remodel Project. Edgar Juarez, Facilities Project Coordinator.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, and people of the public. The Facilities Division is here tonight seeking council's approval to accept and award a construction contract to Celis Development, doing business as Southwest Plumbing and Air for the B Street City Building Remodel Project. Celis Development was our lowest responsive bidder of 3 total bids that we received. A little background, the project consists of general construction to revamp B Street building, which includes interior, exterior paint, new flooring, ventilation, electrical work, restroom modernization, as shown in the RFP documents. During the remodel, there's going to be a couple of walls that will be relocated to make a conference room larger, and we're also going to be we're going to add a conference room and revamp both of those restrooms. The City of San Luis will be leasing the facility to Greater Yuma Port Authority for the next few years and will reimburse the city for $70,000 of the funds that are going to be expensed. So the Facilities Division is seeking council approval for a construction services contract from Celis Development and the contract for this project for $74,929 as permitted under the city's procurement code, section 3.05.030, bidding. If you have any questions, we have Celis Development here on site, and I'm open to questions.
Okay, I have a question, time frame. How long is this project going to last?
This project, it's gonna take an approximately 2.5 months. It has to be completed before this fiscal year ends. We are looking to start it in a couple of weeks, once we get those 10 days that, per policy we have to give to the contractor, but they're here, they're ready to, to sign the contract if needed, so they might be able to start a little sooner.
Questions, comments from council? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to award the contract to Celis Development doing business as Southwest Plumbing Air in the amount not to exceed $74,929.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Mayor, I would like to abstain.
Oh, okay, one abstention. Okay, let's do roll call, please.
Councilmember Luis Cabrera,
Aye.
Councilmember Lisette Servin,
Aye.
Councilmember Maria Cecilia Cruz,
I abstain.
Vice Mayor Tadeo Sael de la Hoya,
Aye.
Mayor Nieves Raydel.
Aye.
Mayor, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 5C, discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding the approval and adoption of order number 2025-04, an order of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, to authorize the city of San Luis Police Department to receive funding for equipment by approving an intergovernmental agreement and authorizing execution of the agreement regarding the local border support grant between the state of Arizona, its Department of Public Safety, and the city of San Luis, Arizona through the San Luis Police Department. Emmanuel Botello, Police Lieutenant.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, members of the public. On behalf of the City of San Luis Police Department, we're seeking approval and adoption of the Order 2025-04. The Police Department was recently awarded funding for equipment, and we're seeking authorization to execute the agreement of these funds obtained through the Arizona Local Border Support Grant. The term of these funds to be used runs from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th of 2026. The total amount that we were awarded is $956,478.50. The adoption of this order will help us enhance our law enforcement services allowing us to provide a more effective and efficient service to the residents of the city of San Luis.
Questions, comments?
A quick question. Is it just for that purpose, or it will be used for,
The funds are specific to the enhancement of border security.
kind
they-
of like
they-
Stone Garden?
No, this is separate from Operation Stone Garden. This is intended for equipment. The idea behind it is to make the purchase of vehicles and computers.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Anybody else? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve and adopt order number 2025-04, approving the intergovernmental agreement as presented.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 5D, discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding authorization to purchase 6 new 2025 Ford Police Interceptor Explorers using the State of Arizona Department of Public Safety Local Border Support Funds. Emmanuel Botello, Lieutenant.
Again, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, members of the public. The City of San Luis Police Department is seeking approval for the purchase of 6 new 2025 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor vehicles. The new vehicles will be assigned to the San Luis Police Department Patrol and Investigation Divisions. These new vehicles will help replace vehicles that are currently being used by officers, part of our current fleet, vehicles that have 10-plus years of service and over 100,000 miles each. The vehicles will be purchased from Peoria 4, who currently holds the state contract. And again, this is based on the funds that we just talked about from the local border support grant.
Comments, questions?
I have a quick question. Was the local Ford not cheaper than Peoria?
Price-wise, we're speaking about the same. This really came down to availability. Unfortunately, local dealership was giving us 2 to 3 month delivery. In other words, they don't have them available. They need to make specific orders for those. The vendor that we're going with, they just pretty much send me a list of all the vehicles they have in the lot, which was a lot of them available.
Thank you.
Anybody else? If not, I will entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve the purchase of 6 new 2025 Ford Explorers Police Interceptors for a total amount of not to exceed $320,000 as presented.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. All those in favor signifying by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 5E,
Excuse me, just to be in the safe side, anything that has to do with any type of setbacks, anything that gotta do with construction, I'm gonna excuse myself, and I'm gonna ask Vice Mayor to take over, just to be in the safe side.
Okay, so yes, item number 60, discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding ordinance number 460, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, amending the San Luis City Code section 13.30.010, setback distance, wastewater treatment plants. Eulogio Vera, Director of Public Works.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council. So here tonight, I'm presenting on ordinance 460. 460 modifies section 13.30.010 under the city code setbacks. So as we're going through our wastewater treatment plant expansion at the west, we're going to be applying to ADEQ. So during the submittals, we're going to be looking at odor, aesthetics, as well as noise, as far as from the proximity to adjacent development. So currently, what we have in place in 2006, there was an ordinance that was adopted back then, reducing the setbacks from 1,000 feet to 100 feet. And this pretty much, it's allowed under the Arizona Administrative Code, which is sort of the rule that ADEQ follows. With that said, the language in that ordinance back then didn't include the language for odor, noise, and aesthetics, which under the administrative code, that's language that needs to be in our ordinance. So the modification in ordinance 460 includes that change in the language, but we're also taking advantage and changing the setback from 100 to 50. That's sort of the distances that we have from our odor generating infrastructure within the east plant to our adjacent property line. With that said, I mean, it doesn't really impact much as far as changing 100 to 50, more than actually adding the language to the ordinance to match Arizona Administrative Code. Online, I have Mike Krebs, which is a design engineer with PACE, who's helping us with the wastewater treatment plant expansion. If there's any questions for him, but I open it up for questions for me.
Thank you, Elohio. Are there any questions from any of the council members? Hearing none, I'm going to move to approve the reading of ordinance number 460 by title only. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Servin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
If anyone opposes, please say nay.
Abstain.
Motion carries 4-1 abstention. Ms. Cornelio?
Ordinance number 460, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, amending the San Luis City Code section 13.30.010, setback distance, wastewater treatment plants.
Thank you, Sonia. Just for the record, I know it doesn't make a substantial change, but I called this item 6E, which is actually 6E. So just to stay clear, we're on item 6E. I mean 5E, my apologies. With that, I move to approve and adopt ordinance number 460 as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Servin. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
If anyone opposed, please say nay. And motion carries 4-1 abstention.
Thank you.
Item number 6, summary of current events. Events by mayor, council members, and/or city manager pursuant to ARS subsection 38-43102K. Any comments, updates by council and/or city administration? Hearing none, I'm adjourning this meeting at 6:27 p.m. Everyone have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Mayor.